Hey guys, Zangetsu 134 here, bringing you another Kamen Rider build review, this time episodes 43 and 44. I'd actually meant to do this Saturday, but I got interrupted, or Sunday, but I got interrupted. It was Saturday or Friday. It was Friday. It was Friday, but I got interrupted and I kind of lost my drive to do it over the weekend, and I was going to do it yesterday, but I just kind of needed a break. And something against you guys are doing vlogs. I just needed a break from doing vlogs, I guess. Um, so yeah, the first episode I thought was pretty okay. It's basically just Misora getting turned into the CD Smash and dealing with Ryuga turning into another Evolto, just due to the fact that he was around when Evolt activated that black hole, which activated the genetics in his body. I actually thought it was a pretty decent episode, other than that, and setting up that Sento is dealing with the fact that his father is working with Evolto and his clone build. I know a lot of people probably think that that's kind of lazy, but I don't know. I actually like that just because I think it's a great callback to old school Showa series where like the bad guys would make like evil clone versions of the hero, like the yellow scarred Ichigo from Kamen Rider, Kamen Rider Ichigo, the first Kamen Rider, just Kamen Rider. And it was stronger, fought like a group of like 7 of them at one point, I think. But yeah, I was like seeing Shaka Riders, as they were called in the show era. Before we got like Shadow Moon and this is on my nose, it's the worst. And stuff like that. I think it was pretty good. I actually like that we kind of see like in a way that the way Sento's dad is like, in some ways I guess kind of trying to teach him how to fight, in other ways not. This will come into play in the next episode where he helps Bill figure out a way to defeat Evolt, which is so obvious. I can't believe I never thought of that either. But yeah, I like it. I like Bill wanting to do whatever he can to rescue Misora, and feeling like he's not sure what he can do to stop Evolt, especially when Rogue and Grease leave, because he's not entirely sure what to do about his father. Which I actually really like that little bit of conflict. It worked for me, especially because it makes sense since both of them are, have a lot of guilt about dealing with like losing people they care about or being unable to fight for whatever reason. And I like the episode purely because of the fact that like Ryuga now knows that like he's turning into Evolt. And that's why he's getting all his memories and all this like berserker abilities when he goes into Kuro's magma. And I like it because because when everything looks like it's bleakest and that Bill's going to lose because he's trying to do it on his own, Ryuga shows up and gives him a hand, and it's like one of my favorite moments, and it's because he's there that Bill finally gets his law of victory and uses the power of genius to kick Misora's CD Smash form into Ryuga, so he can transfer the power of Vernage, which is actually what had been affected by the nebula gas, so Misora doesn't die. And though she loses her powers, the energy of Vernage combines with Evolto's genes and allows Ryuga to once again become fully in control of himself as Cross Magma, and the two of them defeat Clone Build almost effortlessly after that. Although he still gets away with the lost bottle that he made using Misora. And with that, I think they only need 3 full bottles at that point, or so. And in doing so, he he creates um him and Evolt have to try and come up with a new plan in order to try and speed everything up. Which they kind of get in episode 45 is or episode 44. Okay, before I go on episode 44, I'll say I liked episode 43. It's a little short. It's basically just there so that we can have a new Smash, and to let Misora have like a chance to get into the spot, into get a little bit of time in the spotlight and into Transform as well. I will admit, I think it's kind of frustrating that she let herself get captured in the episode, just because she thinks it'll help save the others, not realizing that she's going to turn into a Smash, even though she's trying to trust Evil. But I like the moments with Sento and Ryuga enough that I think it saves itself in a way. But yeah, I think it's okay. Episode 44, however, I thought was really good. First we get Rogue and Kazumi, Gentaku and Kazumi sneaking into the Faust. I was sorry again. And there they let themselves and are infected with nebula gas, trying her in the Lost Smashes. But that was actually their plan, as they wanted to get their hazard levels raised up, even if it means that they'll be destroyed if they're defeated, or they'll die if they're defeated, so they can be able to be in the same weight class as the rest of the riders. Which I actually like, and it sets up how Sento is desperate to try and find a way to defeat Evolto, so that not only can they end the war quickly, but so that his friends don't die. I really like that moment where, because it shows that Kazumi realizes that like they need to be there so that they can have Build easily defeat, or because they know Build will have trouble defeating his dad, and that while he could defeat Evolto, he might have some trouble with their dad. And actually, while they're escaping, we get Sento oddly using like Tank instead of Genius. Well, that might just be because he decided that it would just be better to use like the raw firepower of Tank instead of trying to be clever with Genius, maybe? I don't know. But in doing so, he comes across his dad, and his dad actually manages to paralyze Build by using the sword from Nin comic to stab the hazard trigger, which I guess causes the flow of nebula the flow of nebula gas it releases to stop, which causes a paralyzing effect in Tank. And in doing so, he he then uses power of Nin comic to make it look like Bill got away, which comes into play later, and also gives Build an idea of how to defeat Evolto later. But before that, due to his own worries of his friends being unable to, or his friends being in more danger than ever, causes Sento to rush out the Blizzard Knuckle, a repaint of the Magma Knuckle that supposedly is for Ryuga, but like, spoilers if you're since I haven't seen 45 and I'm not entirely sure what happens in 46. There have been pictures supposedly of Kazumi using the Blizzard Knuckle with, in fact, and not only that, it has the robot at Full Bottle and Splash Jelly on it that he'll be using in a Build driver. I'm not entirely sure how much I buy that. I don't know if those are actual real pictures. I think they are, but I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen there. But I like that because it kind of implies that like Ryuga can't use it. Which is weird because I think they're using another Dragon Full Bottle for it. I don't know. I kind of figured he would be able to use it by using that silver dragon full bottle, even though I know that's for the Kamen Rider Build movie, Be the One, because that's how using the silver dragon full bottle and the gold rabbit full bottle, it allows Build to turn into rabbit dragon cross build form or whatever. But yeah, Ryuki tries to use it multiple times throughout the episode, and the backlash is too much for him. In fact, it knocks him unconscious for a good portion of the episode until the final fight. Which also is also due to the fact that Sento keeps pushing him to try and use it, which Misora notes, and it's mainly because he's, well, like I said, worried about his friends, and he's not really sure how to rescue them until he remembers how Sento or his dad managed to paralyze him, and realizes that because the hazard trigger is more or less based on the E-Volt trigger, that he could use that same move in order to paralyze E-Volt. And so he decides, after getting called by E-Volt, to get the full bottle that he had from the lost bottle that Sento still has. Sento goes and fights E-Volt as he threatened to kill all his friends in an instant using the power of E-Volt. And but Build's not going to do so. He's going to try and use the Blizzard Knuckle, even though it, I guess, could more than likely kill him, even because his body's not built for that sort of thing, or at least try to use it as a way for him to defeat E-Volt, when of course the others show up, and finally all four heroes decide that they need to work as a team in order to defeat E-Volt, and that even if they have to risk their lives, that's what Kamen Riders do. And Sento finally gets his smile back and just realizes that this is the only way that they can determine the law of victory, and the fight begins. And to be fair, it's still a pretty rough battle because E-Volt has just constantly gotten stronger thanks to the power of the E-Volt trigger. He's stronger and faster, and he's not even using Mad Rogue and smashes in order to fight them. It's purely the four of them against E-Volt. However, I do like when eventually they're, thanks to the power of E-Volt's black hole finisher, are sent outside of the building that they were fighting in, and that's when they finally get up as a team, and they realize that they're Kamen Riders and they can't give up because they're the only ones that can stop E-Volt, and all of them use a final smash a finisher in order to grab E-Volt and hold him long enough for Cross to damage him or damage the E-Volt trigger, causing it to stop, which causes E-Volt to be paralyzed, which allows Build to finally use all of the power of the Genius Full Bottle to defeat E-Volt. However, unknown to them, E-Volt himself became the final experiment for the Nebula gas, allowing him to create the last three Lost Smash bottles that Sento's father needed, as this had all been a plan by Sento's father to get the power of the Black Panel and the Lost Smashes himself. So yeah, that was a pretty intense episode, and I actually felt really bad for Sento at the end there, especially when they managed to defeat Evil, but at the cost of allowing the Black Panel to come almost to complete to full completion, even though they only they have one bottle that allows that to not happen. And so yeah. I really like episode 44. I probably like it a little bit more than 43 in my opinion. I think it was a good episode, and I think it was cool seeing all of them finally working really together in sync. Even though they have had worked together in a couple of occasions, mainly just in groups of two. Usually Sento with with Ryuga, although there were a couple times that he worked with Grease and Ryuga worked with Gentaku. But yeah, I really like the episode. My only real complaint, if I have any, is the fact that they once again do another Kazumi Miton freak out, this time with him and a Misora body pillow. Although while it was funny, I just felt like it kind of went on a little too long. Especially when this episode was really good otherwise. And of course, I like that they finally managed to defeat Evil by working together. And I like the insert song they played, even though I only heard like a little bit of it, because the fight scene managed to completely drain out the ridership song that they put for that. Which is a shame, because I feel like it'd probably be really good, much like the Kamen Rider Drive song, Spinning Wheel, that's sung by the 3 riders of Kamen Rider Drive. That it could have been a really good song that represents all 4 riders of Kamen Rider Build that are, well, good guys, since Evil and Mad Rogue are clearly not good guys. But yeah, all in all, I think these are some good episodes. I'm looking forward to 45 and 46. I'm probably going to do them as doubles until I can catch up again. I'm sorry about that. Look for that next week. Sometime later this week, I'm going to do the My Hero Academia episode vlog. But until then, guys, I'm Zangetsu 134, and I'm sorry I took a little bit of an extended break, but sometimes I need that. But anyways, guys, I will see you in the next one. Until then, take care.